Hello, this is PH from PH Tutoring here, and I thought I'd make a short video explaining how PH Tutoring could help you or someone you know excel in their academic studies. So if I just go through this, go through my services, at PH Tutoring I offer high quality tuition in science and maths for all educational stages up to A level. So you can see that it tells you what I offer just there. I offer tuition in person and online, as well as mini videos in order to answer questions of your choice. So you would send me a question, and then I would make a short video on answering that question. So that question could be an exam question, or it could be a question that you're just generally wondering, like how do you balance? Do you have any tips on how to balance equations? How do you solve projectile motion questions? Whatever it might be, whatever subject that you are struggling with. So people I cater to, basically I cater to students struggling in school, so people who just need support in schools, mature students, people who are going back to school wanting to relearn their GCSEs or their A levels, or people who are being homeschooled. So the approach for each type of client is bound to be very different. For example, a homeschooled student will need me to take them through the entire syllabus and will need a lot of help to organise their timetable and manage their self-learning, whereas a mature student will probably remember quite a lot but be rusty in some areas and may have developed quite a lot of misconceptions along the way. So the best approach I find with them would be to just give them an exam question, maybe ask a few questions, and just help to just diagnose where the issues might be, and then we would design a syllabus which would fit with the timeline that mature student has. So when do they intend on taking their exams, how much time can they allot to studying, and so on, and what do they intend to get out of it. So those are the three main types of students. There are other types of students as well. Sometimes I even get people who just generally interested in science, for example, and might want me to help them out with that. They're the general types of students. So my approach in lessons and how I teach, I would say I have a bit of a holistic approach, in the sense that rather than only teaching concepts, and I would also try and identify any potential barriers of learning. Ask the question, basically, how could I speed up the progression of the student? It won't necessarily only be to teach the content. There's bound to be understanding. This is bound to be understanding the concepts and identifying misconceptions, but there will also be a number of other factors, such as time management, exam technique, organisational skills, anxiety, motivation, or just a general negative feeling towards the subject. So I try to, rather than just teach the content, I try to think about all those things. So as well as direct tuition and videos, I also produce resources for students. These are particularly helpful for those who are doing homeschooling, or also for mature students, but also for all three really. So this would be a spreadsheet which you would fill out, and it would automatically generate your grade for each paper, then average out the grade, and if you fill out this section of it as well, which is like what you've got out of each particular question, then it would start to identify where your strengths and weaknesses are. So these would be, for example, this person, it's just a demo really, but is averaging 75% in radioactivity and 67% in fission and fusion. So the more papers you would do, so it tells you this person's only answered 2 questions on that, so it's not a whole lot of data, but they can get an idea of where their strengths and weaknesses are. So this would, and you could do this for many different subjects really. So obviously I could roll that service out to subjects I don't even teach. So that's an example. Another example of something I would make is a revision tracker. So are you spending enough time on the different subjects that you need to revise for? When are the exams coming? How many more days have you got left? And you would use that in conjunction with the tool which monitors your progress in your tests. So then you could shift how to divide your time amongst those different subjects. This one's particularly useful if people don't like to have a regimented exam, sort of revision timetable, or even a self-study timetable for homeschooling. Sometimes you might want to be a bit more flexible in how you do your learning, and this enables you just to monitor how much time you're spending on each one, so whether or not you're favouring one subject more than another. So I use I'm quite good at using Excel and other ICT tools, and able to help students to progress and to give them the tools that they need to progress, really. I try to give the students these skills because I would rather the client need less lessons from me and then refer me to others, so that I can support more people than have the client too dependent on my lessons. This enables me to it usually enables me my support ends up getting better results for less money, because you won't need as many lessons, but you'll still do very well because I've given you the tools that you need to succeed. So whether it's, for example, solving quadratic equations, which I also use, for example, this. You type in the equation like that, and it would model the graph. Or maybe you're solving a projectile motion question in A-level physics, or maybe you're just maybe it's biology. Chemistry. Chemistry, you're looking at moles. So we're trying to solve what is a mole, and how do we use our understanding of moles to actually answer the question. Or maybe you're looking at biology and trying to we're learning about using Punnett squares to learn about genetics in this one. So whether or not you're whatever it is you're learning about, just get in contact with me if you think that I'd be able to help. As I say, I offer tuition face-to-face at the student's house or my house, if it can be done, and also online, and I do the videos as well. So thanks, bye.